Why do you think they're all here? They're all running away from something.
Some shows didn't just end. They were ripped away before they ever reached their potential. Streaming cuts can be ruthless. Fan bases weren't enough, and these stories were left unfinished.
I'd like to start running now!
Every ghost in London is out to kill us.
Here are 10 great series that were canceled way too soon and truly deserved better. Number 10, The Society, Netflix.
We're so fucking in over our heads here.
Do you want chaos?
The Society is one of those shows that still feels like an open wound, not because of what it did, but because of what it never got the chance to finish. Running for just one season before Netflix canceled its already renewed season 2, the series drops a group of teenagers into a chilling alternate version of their hometown, cut off from the world by a dense, impenetrable forest. No parents, no guidance, no escape. What starts like a teen mystery quickly becomes a study of power, fear, and how fragile civilization really is when the adults disappear. Kathryn Newton leads a cast that feels painfully real as alliances form, rules break, and morality collapses. It's eerie, messy, ambitious, and its unfinished story somehow makes it even more haunting. Number 9, 1899, Netflix.
Shift their perspective.
1899 is the kind of show that feels engineered to haunt you. All fog, whispers, and unanswered doors. You're scared to open. Running for just one season before Netflix abruptly canceled it, the series follows a ship full of European migrants crossing the Atlantic in search of a new life, only to stumble into something far stranger. Every cabin hides a secret. Every character speaks a different language, and the ship itself feels alive, like it's swallowing the truth inch by inch. The creators of Dark push the same puzzle box storytelling here, shifting realities, cryptic symbols, and a mystery that deepens with every episode. It's ambitious, atmospheric, and hypnotic. And maybe that's why its cancellation hurts so much. 1899 didn't just end early. It left us stranded at sea with questions we'll never get answered. Number 8, Lockwood Co. is Netflix.
You, me, and George.
Lockwood Co. is the kind of show that reminds you how fun supernatural TV can be when it's built on mood, mystery, and pure character chemistry. Running for just one season before Netflix pulled the plug, it drops you into an alternate Britain haunted by restless spirits, where only teenagers can sense the dead, and ghost hunting agencies are as common as coffee shops. At the center is a scrappy little team operating out of a creaky London townhouse. Lucy, a gifted listener, George, the brain, and Lockwood, the charming disaster holding everything together. The show moves like a gothic detective novel. Foggy streets, cursed artifacts, hidden rooms, and danger tucked into every echo. Smart, stylish, and surprisingly heartfelt, Lockwood Co. felt like the start of something big, which is exactly why losing it stings. Number 7, Carnival Row, Prime Video.
Killer's still out there.
She was taken by something unnatural.
Carnival Row is one of those shows that builds a world so rich, so strange, and so textured that you feel like you can smell the fog on its cobblestone streets. Running for 2 seasons before Prime Video wrapped it up, the series blends Victorian noir with steampunk fantasy, following humans and mythical creatures crammed into a brutal, uneasy coexistence. At the center are Philo, a half-fey detective hiding his identity, and Vignette, a warrior-turned-refugee whose past with him sparks a dangerous reunion. What makes the show stand out isn't just the creatures or the politics. It's the expression of power, prejudice, forbidden love, and the price of belonging. It's moody, messy, and operatic, the kind of world you fall into and don't climb out of easily. Number 6, Santa Clarita Diet, Netflix.
Don't give up on me.
Never.
Santa Clarita Diet is one of the rare shows that manages to turn suburban normalcy into absolute chaos, and somehow make it charming. Running for 3 seasons before Netflix abruptly pulled the plug, the series follows Joel and Sheila Hammond, a married pair of real estate agents whose lives implode when Sheila suddenly becomes undead. But instead of leaning only on gore, the show thrives on tone. The mix of sunny California cul-de-sacs, brutally funny writing, and Drew Barrymore's unhinged optimism gives it a flavor no other zombie comedy ever nailed. Timothy Oliphant's spiraling, supportive husband energy is a highlight on its own. Underneath all the dismemberment and mayhem, it's really a story about marriage, reinvention, and the ridiculous lengths we go to keep a family together, even after death. Number 5. The OA, Netflix. The OA is one of the most ambitious shows Netflix ever released, and one of the most painful to lose. Running for just 2 seasons before its infamous cliffhanger cancellation, the series blends mystery, sci-fi, supernatural drama, and surreal philosophy into something that genuinely feels one of a kind. It follows Prairie Johnson, a young woman who returns home after 7 years missing, able to see again, carrying eerie scars, and calling herself the OA. From there, the story expands into near-death experiences, parallel dimensions, and a makeshift family drawn into a secret bigger than themselves. Britt Marling's performance is hypnotic, the direction is dreamlike, and the show's emotional core hits harder than most prestige dramas. Bold, strange, and unforgettable, the OA deserved the 5-season arc it was built for. Number 4. Jericho, Paramount. Jericho is the kind of show that starts with a shock and never lets go. Running for 2 seasons before CBS canceled it twice, once mid-story and again after a shortened revival, the series drops you into a small Kansas town the moment mushroom clouds appear on the horizon. With communications dead and America possibly gone, Jericho becomes a pressure cooker where every resource, every rumor, and every choice feels like life or death. Meet Ulrich anchors the chaos as Jake Green, a man with a messy past who returns home just in time to become the town's reluctant protector. The show blends mystery, survival drama, and political intrigue into something gritty, emotional, and strangely hopeful. It deserved a full, sprawling saga, not a premature goodbye. Number 3. Sense8, Netflix.
There's no more time. You need to run.
Sense8 wasn't just a show, it was an experience. Across 2 seasons and 1 final 2-hour finale special, it pushed boundaries in a way television rarely attempts. Created by the Wachowskis, the series follows 8 strangers across the world who become mentally and emotionally connected, sharing skills, memories, and pain as if they were one. What makes Sense8 unforgettable isn't just the sci-fi hook, it's the empathy at its core. Every city feels alive. Every character carries a full world of identity, trauma, joy, and resilience. The show filmed across continents, blending action, philosophy, and human emotion into something that felt more like cinema than TV. Its cancellation hit fans hard, but its finale proved one thing. Stories about connection will always find a way to resonate. Number 2. Mindhunter, Netflix.
That's what makes this so exciting and potentially so far-reaching.
I can't let these guys rub off on me.
Mindhunter didn't just dramatize crime, it dissected the human mind with surgical precision. Across 2 meticulously crafted seasons, David Fincher's series followed the early days of the FBI's behavioral science unit as agents Holden Ford and Bill Tench sat across from real-life killers to understand the psychology behind unimaginable violence. Every interview scene felt like a chess match, every silence loaded with tension, every detail placed with clinical intent. It was slow-burn storytelling at its absolute highest level, atmospheric, intelligent, and relentlessly unsettling. Despite universal acclaim and a fiercely loyal fan base, the series was put on indefinite hold after season 2, leaving viewers without the 5-season arc Fincher originally envisioned. Few shows have ever stopped this early while feeling this masterful. Number 1. Firefly, Hulu.
Now!
Firefly is the gold standard of shows canceled far too soon. In just 14 episodes, it built a universe so rich, so lived in, and so full of heart that fans are still fighting for it more than 2 decades later. Set in a frontier-style future shaped by war, poverty, and fragile alliances, The series followed the crew of the ship Serenity, a found family of misfits just trying to survive on the edges of civilization. It blended Western grit with space opera world building, carried by sharp writing, emotional depth, and the kind of character chemistry TV almost never gets right. Despite critical praise, loyal audiences, and a tone ahead of its time, Firefly was canceled before it could unfold the story Whedon originally envisioned. Yet its legacy only grows, proving you don't need many episodes to become unforgettable. And that's the list. 10 shows that burned bright, vanished too early, and still left a mark strong enough to keep fans talking years later.
We need to figure out what caused this so it won't happen to anyone else.
We could save the world.
From cult sci-fi classics to twisted mysteries, supernatural epics, and crime dramas that deserved a real ending, these series prove one thing. Sometimes the best stories don't get the second chance they deserve.
I'm losing my mind.
No, it's just expanding.
Which one left you wanting more? Drop it in the comments. I always check to see which shows you're still fighting for. And if you want more countdowns, hidden gems, and deep dives into the shows that never got their fair shot, make sure to like, subscribe, and ring that bell. I'll see you in the next one.